Today we're going to go over how to record yourself at the piano, and I just want you to notice right now I'm in selfie mode. So I'm working on an iPhone 7, I'm running iOS 14, and if I have the camera pointed at myself in selfie mode, you can see right here in front of the piano. Well, obviously I can't hold it for myself while I'm playing anyway, but even if you were to try to set up a tripod or put your camera right here, everything's just going to be way too close to the piano. There's the piano right there. So how do you do it? So that's what I'm going to show you today. If I actually stand up and walk away a little bit here, you can see how far away I need to actually get to record the keys, and obviously I'm not sitting there. So what we're going to do instead is have Mrs. Leslie have a seat for us, and I'll show you how to set up the camera with someone actually sitting at the piano. Now you might need another person to help you with this, at least to get the distance right when you're first setting it up. And then if you have a tripod or you want to set it on a table or something while you're recording yourself, you can do that, and then you know that the actual distance from the piano is correct. There's two things to keep in mind. One is the actual picture, so you can capture everything that you need, and the other is the audio, like how loud the piano is in the actual recording. So we'll go over both of those two things one at a time. But first, let's go to the picture. I'm going to flip on over to non-selfie mode and show how this works with another person. So here we have Mrs. Leslie helping me out today to show you how to set up your camera and record a video of yourself playing at the piano. This distance that I have right here, which is probably about 4 to 5 feet away from her, is about right. I can see the entire keyboard. She is in the shot. I can see her all the way from her head down to where she's sitting. And that's really about all you'll need. But you know, from just looking at the video, you may not be able to tell how far away this actually is. It looks like the camera's quite close. Really, I'm about 4 or 5 feet away, which you can see in the other view here. So if you want to capture the whole piano, if you have a bigger upright piano or even a grand piano, what you're going to need to do is back up. So I'm just going to show you how far away that needs to be. If I back up about 4 or 5 paces, now I can get the entire piano in the shot, and I'm actually going to pull the camera up higher. I've got it about head height right now, pointing down a little bit. So you can see how far away you need to be, and in my other shot you can barely see my hand, I'm off screen. I'm about 10 feet away from her right now to capture this, and this would be fine. So now another consideration though is lighting and sound. So lighting, first of all, I want you to notice the two really bright lights up in the screen here. And that's my lamp, and that's also a window in our front door, both of which, because I'm right in the middle of the day, are very bright. So for the lamp, obviously you can fix that by either bringing the camera view down so it's below it, or you can actually turn it off. Behind me is a window, and that's the biggest thing, is you want the light source, whatever your light source is, whether it's daylight or a lamp, you want it to be behind the camera, behind you, where you're setting up the camera. So then the other thing is sound. So I'm going to have Leslie just play a little bit of Alma Mater Blues, just so you can hear how loud it actually shows up on the camera. So come and play a little Alma Mater Blues for us. And see, that's fine. It's pretty quiet to me when I'm just listening to it. Go ahead and turn up a little bit now. And let's hear what it's like if you turn it up a little bit more. Go ahead. Okay. So you'll just see, you have to see, you know, or hear rather, how loud that really is on camera. To me, when I'm standing here listening to her, that seems pretty loud in the room. On camera though, because of the sensitivity of your smartphone's microphone, it might be really loud. You just don't know until you listen back to it. So that's my biggest recommendation, is just sit down and play a little bit, test some different volumes, and then watch your video and put headphones on so you can actually really hear how loud it is, and see if it's really clear and pristine, or if it sounds like it's maybe distorting because it's just too loud.
Again, if you have a grand piano, you're going to want to back up even more, and that may pose a problem of the piano not being loud enough. But for the most part, there is a sweet spot, and you just have to experiment with like, how close do I need this to be? You don't need to have the entire piano in the picture, and I don't need to see you head to foot. If you want, you can come in a little bit closer, as long as the piano is not too loud, and just capture the shot this way. So this is the shot we're going to do for most of our performances. If you want to come over a little bit to the side, if you're able to, that's another shot you could do. What I don't want is for people to be doing it to where they're looking at your back. This is not a great angle. However, for the Christmas ensemble project that we're doing, what I'd like you to do is have someone come right over here and look right over your shoulder like this. Now notice I can still see her face a little bit, which is great, but I have a close-up of her hands looking over her shoulder, and like that's a good angle just to capture, you know, the fingers, which is what we're going to want for the video that we're doing as the ensemble project. So that's our second shot, and then your first shot will either be kind of side angle or actual side view like this, where you can see the entire person from the waist up as well as the keys. Hope that helps, guys. Good luck.